Gunnison, Colorado is a ranching and outdoors-oriented community of around 6,000 people and a long drive from a big city.
You have to be at least independent-minded.
Jim Gelwicks is the mayor here. He says
self-reliance, what do we need to do for ourselves?
Is a Gunnison mindset that likely saved many lives here back in 1918 when a deadly flu virus was raging around the world. It spread rapidly and ended up claiming an estimated 50 million lives.
You could get it in 9 o'clock in the morning and be dead by noon.
Historian Dwayne Vandenbush says as word filtered into Gunnison about deaths in nearby towns, this one decided to impose a so-called quarantine against the world.
All the schools shut down, no lodge meetings were held, all churches closed.
And barricades were erected on roads leading in and out of Gunnison. Anyone arriving was put in isolation in a college dorm. Those who broke through were arrested. Train passengers, including a Colorado senator, got the same treatment.
They said, you know, you step off this train and you're quarantined, and I guess he called their bluff and stepped off onto the platform, and they put him right into the quarantine. So they were serious.
They weren't messing around.
They weren't messing around, that's right.
Fast forward to 2020, the Gunnison newspaper of today talks about an international health scare hitting home and preparation for potential cases. And sure enough, the first local case of coronavirus has now surfaced in Gunnison County.
Has tested positive.
But these are much different times. It's harder to shut out the world these days.
I'd say the lesson is that if you're willing to institute drastic procedures, you can maybe be effective. But are you willing to do that? I don't think very many people are today.
Still, Gunnison residents are treating this outbreak seriously. The local supply store has had trouble keeping hand sanitizer and antibacterial wipes in stock.
It's exciting for our business, but also scary too, because we have our faithful customers that we try to keep happy, and suddenly we don't have the products either.
It's still not clear why this town took the steps it did in 1918, but the 4-month-long blockade resulted in few, if any, influenza deaths.
A lot of foresight by the people who led Gunnison at that time. They did a great job.
A powerful argument, Vandenbush says, for being proactive in a time of crisis.
It's better to do it and survive than not do it and have some tremendous problems.
A lesson that's given this escape community, as it's known, a place in history and provided an example for other towns, secluded or not, to follow during the current crisis. Hendrik Sybrandy, CGTN, Gunnison, Colorado.